Decisions were made. Books were purchased. So today, we have a book haul. Honestly, I'm hoping to not have as many book hauls on my channel this year because I am focusing on purchasing only what I really know that I want, because for a while there, I would just like kind of buy everything. Like, oh, it's on sale, I'm gonna buy it. Oh, it's, you know, pretty, I'm gonna buy it. Oh, it's hype, I'm gonna buy it. But like, I think I know more about my reading taste now. So there will be less buying. Obviously, I'm still buying stuff. Like, it's just what I'm gonna do. But like this haul in particular, a lot of it is Christmas gifts, used bookstore, which I use my used bookstore all the time. Love it. Love my used bookstore. I mean, it's hit or miss, but like you go in there and like you can find treasure. So that's always a lot of fun. Self-pub books, which are, a lot of these have been sent to me by the authors, and which you never have to do. I just love self-published books. I love, you know, hyping them up as much as possible, getting a chance to read as many as possible. You never have to send me a physical copy if you don't want to. I'm cool with an ebook copy. I'm cool with you just telling me that your book's coming out so I can have it on my radar. Any of the above. But I want to really like showcase the self-published books, especially this year. And then the rest of these are like Fairy Loot Illumicrate, which I'm obviously going to continue to get. But I don't show them in like unboxings anymore because like those are boring. I don't like watching them. I don't like doing them. And plus now I pretty much just get the boxes with just the books because I don't need all this stuff. Because I recently cleaned out my office and stuff and it was like, way too much stuff. So yeah, we're going to jump into this book haul. Most of them I'm going to be like, I got this. It's pretty. If I've read it already, which some of these I have, I will tell you. If not, they're not going to take up a lot of time except for the self-published books, which I will give a little bit more synopsis and time to. So, alright, so let's start it off, and we have a couple of the Fairy Loot Illumicrate books. The first one is The Principal Moments. I don't know much about this. It's a cool, pretty book from, I think, Fairy Loot or Illumicrate. Sunlit Man. This is the last secret project. I did buy this. I didn't back the Kickstarter. I bought the book separately. So, yeah, I have read this. I absolutely loved it. It's my least favorite of the Cosmere secret projects, but I still gave it 5 stars. I loved it. It's heavily Stormlight. So if you're thinking like you want to read the secret projects, it's not a good place to start. It's not a good place to start the Cosmere. It's not a good place if you haven't read Stormlight up until Rhythm of War. So yeah, but I loved it. Then we've got A Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare, and I have already read this. I really, really liked it, and I was surprised at how much I like it because her Shadowhunter world is very hit or miss to me. I either love it, like Infernal Devices, or I hate it, like Mortal Instruments. This one I really, really liked, and it is her first adult fantasy not set in the Shadowhunter world. There's some comparisons that can be made to Darker Shades of Magic with our main guy, you know, being named Kel and like adopted into the royal family as a protector / brother kind of person to the crown prince. But other than that, I really liked it. There's actually less romance than I thought, which was a positive. Like, it wasn't as romance heavy as I thought it was going to be. And it was very just political. And I really, really enjoyed it. I had a good time reading this. So another of the, like, book box books is The Scarlet Alchemist. Is gorgeous, but I don't know anything about it. All right, keeping up with the theme of, like, showing all the book box books. First, we have What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. I don't know anything, again, about this book. I have no idea what this book is. Other than it came in, which book did it come in? Fairy Loot. It's a Fairy Loot book. It could be a Fairy Loot YA, it could be a Fairy Loot adult, because I get the combo box with no stuff. But it's pretty. So we'll see. Then we have Feybound, which is one I was actually really excited to get. I really want to read this. I want to read her other series too, the Battle Drums, the Battle Gods Drums. Is that what it's called? You know which one I'm talking about, and it's really pretty, and it's got this blue cover. I really want to read that book. I know Roger absolutely loves it. But, yeah, this is their other book. And we also have Starling House by Alexi Harrow. I really like Alexi Harrow's other book that I read. Was it The Doors of January? So I'm excited for this. And it's got that really cool clear cover that Illumicrate does sometimes, which I really, really like. I like the cool covers. And I know I like Alexi Harrow's writing. So I did take a trip to my local used bookstore, and I think this is the only one I picked up that time, and that is The Martian by Andy Weir. I have not read this. I have not watched the movie, but I've heard good things and I'm excited. And I absolutely love my local used bookstore, so I go there as often as I possibly can. And now I have some of those like self-published books, and obviously these are not in order because like some of these are not and some of them are. But this is a self-published book and it's called Bloodbound by Trinity Cunningham. And this says, the Valka Order, led by the tyrant Kingston, plans to expand its territory and is gathering the strongest men from every town in Cartha for its army. Twin brothers Radian and Dimitri won't let that happen. Dimitri has a plan, though, to stop the conscription. He persuades Radian to follow him into a cave where an old acquaintance, the mysterious Adric, awaits them. Dimitri believes that Adric has a way to give them magic, and that would stop Kingston. Adric confirms this, telling the brothers they're descendant of the guardian of a magical stone. And by binding them to it, they'll possess insurmountable power. But Radian does not trust Adric, who has tricked him in the past. Despite his objections, Adric begins the ritual until he is thwarted, and only Radian becomes bound to the stone. I mean, that sounds really cool. Again, it's a self-published epic fantasy. I'm very excited for this one. Like I said, I want to give my self-published books a lot more space this year. I want to give them more space on the channel. I want to give them more presence on my social media and everything. So, yay. Then I have 6 Moons, 7 Gods. And I think this one is out already. This is an uncorrected proof. But it says, the skilled thieves of the Takers Guild plot to overthrow the kingdom of Balon. But when their plans are thwarted by a prescient woman and her brooding daughter, they must turn to the League of Assassins for assistance. I love me a good self-pub, and this sounds cool. Then I have this one. It's called Shadowcast by R.A. Meehan. And look at the cover. Isn't it so cute? It says, all Matt has ever wanted was to become a golden guardian like his father before him. With decades of experience in battle and powerful wind magic, Matt excels in every task given to him. Well, almost everything. He struggles to follow orders. But sometimes following the Guardian Oath means violating those orders when it's important. However, Matt isn't a Guardian yet, and he may never be if the Master Guardian has any say in it. Like, this just sounds super cute. Like, I don't know. I think it's middle grade or, like, older YA. And I'm actually really excited to read this and then, like, see if it's one that my 10-year-old can read because it looks like it would be. So, this is so cute. Okay, and then another one. I have 2 of them. The first book and the second book. And the first one, this one's called Precise Oaths, and it's by Paige E. Ewing, and it's called Liliana and the Fae of Fayetteville. It says, even though Spiderkin Liliana sees the past, the future, and into men's souls, she can still be surprised. After all, no one wakes up wondering if they'll be accused of murder by a werewolf. Wolfkin Peter of Fort Bragg's Criminal Investigation Division analyzes the victim of 6 dead soldiers. The victims were killed by a Spiderkin, and Liliana is the only Spiderkin in Fayetteville. Pete's handsome boss and dangerous Fae, Colonel Bennett, watches Liliana with burning ember eyes, but refuses to call his investigation off. It's up to Liliana to keep Pete from executing her and convince the skeptical scientist she's not the murderer, all while keeping her new friend from getting eaten by the real killers. If that's not enough, she might even have to socialize. How will she survive a paranormal mystery that puts her as the prime suspect? Oh my god. So that just sounds like so much fun. It's like paranormal mystery. I mean, by the covers, they look like they might have some romance. Just a Spiderkin? I don't even know what that is. I don't like spiders, but it sounds really cool. I don't know, but these just, I mean, they just sound like really fun, right? And so this one is like a kid's book, like a younger one, and it is Prince Elko of Ollie. Cover. This Elko is a boy from a small colony in a mystical land, and he decides to leave his home for an adventure. He befriends a bear made of rock and a pig-like creature named the Squonk. The Squonk was once a prince, but lost his kingdom when he was transformed. Elko, determined to help the Squonk reclaim his rightful position, has to embark on a quest in search of the magic ingredients needed to change him back to his normal form. Will they succeed? Will the Squonk once more rule his dominion? Like, that just seems so cute, right? Again, one that my kids would love, and I like reading, like, younger fiction, too, sometimes, like, YA, and, like, younger YA, and, like, middle grade, so, so cute. Then, Then we have 9 of Swords. This is a chonker, right? And I don't know if this is like self-pep, or if it's like small press, because like some people I get reached out to, like I work with some like small presses, but they're not big fat. Like I'd never heard of them. So I think this is indie pub, but it might be self-pub. But I love that it says that the author is a German Shepherd mom. We love a dog mom. It says, welcome to Morency Academy of Military Arts. As one of our students, we expect that you will fight till the end and win by any means necessary. Now that you're here, there are a few things that you should be made aware of. Firstly, be mindful of the water's edge. The mermaids are not always to be trusted, and the dolphins are quite unreliable. Second, try not to get lost in the catacombs. Should you wander too far, your safety cannot be guaranteed. And remember, be wary of the jungle. The trees like to rearrange themselves. And do steer clear of the vines, lest you not return from your adventure intact or even alive. We hope to see you at the end of your games, should you make it that far. Okay. It reminds me of, and I haven't read it yet, the Naomi Novik one. You know what I'm talking about. But it almost sounds better. So, I'm actually really excited for this big old chunky chunk. Then we've got Dragon's Hide, and this is by Dustin Porta, D.K. Holmberg. It says, a cozy tavern on the edge of the empire holds a deadly secret. When Traylin's mentor died, his bonded dragon failed to grow like the others. He feared he'd be stuck forever in the mountain abbey where the queen's assassins train. Fate has other plans for him. A message arrives ordering him and his dragon, Rhyme, on a dangerous mission to kill the glyph scribe who is enchanting weapons for the enemy army. Infiltrating the enemy city requires the mastery of disguise, deception, and interrogation. Traylin must learn those skills quickly from his new spy master if he hopes to locate his target. But the comforts of the Dragon's Hide Inn make its favorite watering hole of the enemy rangers and a deadly training ground. All of his training may not be enough to stop the wizard intent on destroying everything that he cares about. And so, that's a really nice cover. And you know I'm a sucker for a dragon. Then I have a trilogy here. I have 3. And the first one is Werecats Emergent, and it's by Mark J. Inglos, and I have all 3 of them that he sent me. And I'm so excited for these, because not only did these come, they came, like, he signed and personalized them, which I thought was just the absolute sweetest. And then it's book 2. And book 3. These are really nice covers. I'm not gonna lie, I love the feel of self-pub paperback covers, because they always feel very, I don't know, velvety. Like, they're very matte, and I like them. So I'm going to read you the description of the first book. Afflicted, Exploited, and Deadly. Teenage Ponley discovers her secret werecat heritage after unexpectedly morphing one Halloween night. Desperate to find an outlet for her and her twin brother's growing bloodlust before they go feral, Polly's blended human werecat family begs a Chicago area drug cartel for help. Her uncle, Risey, meanwhile, scrambles to develop an alternate way the twins might satisfy their lethal urges. Resuming his deported father's scientific research, Ritzy draws notice from an elder werecat representing a rogue state keen on the twins' potential. When a cartel enforcer is found savagely mauled following the twins' first job, Ritzy insists Polly and her brother enlist in the rogue state service to ensure their safety. But their father, a Navy sailor critically wounded in recent combat, would rather die than risk being separated from his children again, which Polly soon realizes is no idle threat. And then at the bottom it says, Werecats Emergent and the forthcoming Forest Exile Saga books feature modern-day remnant of an ancient clan of werecats torn apart as militaries on 3 continents vie to exploit their deadly talents. Stories for fans of Patricia Briggs' franchise and Brad Marangella's Blue Wolf series can sink their teeth into it. I don't know, it sounds really cool to me, and I love that he sent the whole series and that they're like personalized, and yeah. If that sounds cool to you, check those out. Then I have Embers Rising by Sterling Carmichael. And this one says, they expected their heist to yield coin and not conspiracies. What would the former mercenaries find is a deadly plot that could destroy their country. Fans of Scott Lynch's Lies of Black Lamora and Joe Abercrombie's Buster Cold will love Embers Rising. Cloak and Dagger, epic fantasy with an ensemble cast that would make any rogue proud. I like it. I like the sounds of it. Okay, and this one, I'm not sure if it's actually like, it's not self-pub. I'm pretty sure it's not self-pub. I think it's indie, or it was indie and then got picked up by a bigger publisher. I don't know. I know it was sent to me, but like ever since then, I've seen it everywhere and I know it comes out really soon. Or it's out already. Like I saw it on Barnes & Noble in like, with like a pretty sprayed edge. I'm pretty sure. But that is Sons of Darkness by Gortov Montany. And like, I've never heard of the publisher, so I think this is like a small press, but I'm not too sure. It says, the sun will set, the worlds will kneel, the stars will bleed, as the shadows dance to prophecy long far told, a tale of war and ruin, a ballad inked in blood. I mean, it is gorgeous. Please tell me that book is not gorgeous. And if you've seen the one that is on, like Barnes & Noble, I think it might be on Amazon too. Gorgeous sprayed edges. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. But like, I'm excited. Okay, so that's all the like self-pub, indie pub I have. And then I have a couple more that were like Christmas gifts. And by Christmas gifts, I mean some of them were gifts and some of them were gave me a gift card and I went and bought them myself. We have the Bone Houses, and this was a gift from Sophia. So thank you so much. I did not open this until like way after it came. So she's probably like, did it even come? Because what I do is I order a bunch of stuff from Amazon. Like all my Christmas presents come from Amazon, right? Order them all. And then they just hide in my closet until Christmas. So they just sit there. And then I unwrap them, like I open them all and wrap them for the kids on Christmas Eve. So I didn't even see this until Christmas Eve. So thank you so much, Sophia. I have been wanting to read this and I am so excited and I appreciate it so much. It was quite the surprise opening it up while I was wrapping my kids' presents and being like, oh, that's for me. Because we all know moms don't get enough love and enough Christmas presents. Then we have Dark Star Burning Ash Falls White. This is the sequel to Song of Silver Flame Like Night, which was one of my favorite books of 2023, and I am hyped. This is a duology. This is the last book. Second book. It's the end of the series. I'm so excited. Roger read this. He said it was fantastic. So I need to get to it. I also picked up To Shape a Dragon's Breath. I got this with like my Barnes & Noble gift card. Very excited. I've heard such good things about this book. I wish it was a hardcover, but it is not. And it's supposed to be a young indigenous woman enters a colonizer-run dragon academy. Quickly finds herself at odds with the approved way of doing things in the first book of a brilliant new fantasy series. I've heard such good things about this, so I'm excited. Then I picked up The Shadow Cabinet by Juno Dawson. This is the sequel to Her Majesty's Royal Coven. I loved Her Majesty's Royal Coven, so I'm excited to read the sequel. Then I grabbed Defiant by Mr. Brando Sando. This is the final book in the Skyward quadrilogy? 4 books. Is it a quadrilogy? Is that a thing? A quartet. I don't know where my brain is today. It's a quartet, isn't it? Quadrilogy, that's not a word. It's a quartet. Anyway, Defiant. I still have to read Cytonic and Skyward Flight, but now I have them all so I can like blow through them all. And yes, I got the Barnes & Noble edition because it's party. I was going to order the Dragonsteel one, but it didn't have what I wanted. Because, like, I didn't want the whole box. Because sometimes he offers, like, personalized, like, signed and personalized. Because I think my Cytonic is signed and personalized. And I don't know if my Lost Metal is personalized, but it's signed. But I wanted, if he'd have done signed and personalized, I'd have got it. But, yeah. Then we got Labyrinth's Heart by M.A. Carrick. I just finished the second book. It's the third book in the Rook and the Rose series. And then I just finished Liar's Knot, which is book 2. Absolutely loved it. I'm very excited to read this. It just came out this year. I love this series. I need to know where it ends. I need to know what happens at the end of this series. This is such a cool magic system, a cool book, and I'm hype. And then the last one that I picked up is actually To Kill a Shadow by Catherine Quinn. I didn't really know much about this. It caught my eye at Barnes & Noble because of the sprayed edges and it was really pretty. And it says, in a world of darkness, become the nightmare. I did do a little research into it. It is romantasy, but I want to read some more romantasy this year. Like, did I like Fourth Wing? Yes. Did I love it? Absolutely not. But I want to like find my sweet spot in romantasy. Because, like, I like romance. And I like a little spice. But, like, I want good sense-making plot, if that makes sense. So we're going to try this one because it was, like, 50% off and, you know, gift cards and stuff like that. So, I don't know. It sounded really cool. It is really pretty. It got them sprayed edges. I'm a sucker for sprayed edges. So I did actually pre-order a bunch of books from Barnes & Noble, and every single one of them has sprayed edges. I was like, oh, it has sprayed edges? Pre-order. Oh, it's pretty? Pre-order. Watch me hate them. I hope not. All right, and that is my entire book haul. Let me know what you think of some of these. Specifically, check out these self-published books. I'm going to leave links to everything down below. That way you can just like click on the name of the book and it'll take you right to where you can get it, probably on Amazon because it's the easiest. But yeah, let me know if you've read any of these. Let me know your thoughts on some of these self-published authors if you plan to check them out. Yeah. And let me know what some of your books that you've purchased recently are. All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me. My name is Jessie and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.